Hi, Noi here, first video on the channel, but I thought I'd start with the sketchbook tour. I would say this is recently finished, but it was finished on the 3rd of November, and it's almost the 3rd of December now, so maybe I'm a bit late with this one, but that's fine. So this is my sketchbook number 6. What happened to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5? That's a story for another day. And maybe if you like this video, then we can go through them. Preface number 1, there's probably going to be a lot of cuts in this video, and the lighting might change because the sun goes down quite quickly. And this sketchbook is really fat. It's got 165 pages, so we're here for the long haul. So let's start by talking about the cover. When it comes to my sketchbooks, I like to digitally draw my cover and just slap it on the front. I'm not very happy with this one, but you know, at the time it'd been so long since I'd drawn digitally. It's not the worst, but I wouldn't say it is the best, and there's many more pages in here that I'm a lot more proud of. So I guess let's actually begin. So I started this sketchbook on the 19th and finished it on the 3rd. I don't know how many months that is. About like 9 months maybe? No, a year. A year and a month-ish. That's how long this took me, which is a lot longer than my normal sketchbooks, which take me like 5 to 8 months. I think the quickest I finished one is 4, but that's not this one. But these two are my OCs, Aubrey and Noah, when they're younger, and I actually love this one. It's just like adorable. I really wanted to like capture that sense of childhood wonder, and I think I did that quite well with like the sun flares, even though it's not like amazing. I don't even know if you can see it, but like around here there's I wanted to capture sun flares, and even though I didn't do a great job, I think it still looks, you know, really nice, and it's a nice way to start the sketchbook. But these are my first real pages. Don't really know what to say other than the fact that they're my 2 OCs. This pretty boring page. It was just, you know, learning to use the paper and seeing what works well on it. And then this is just some more practice. There's a lot of practice in this sketchbook, considering that it's got a lot of pages. I think I actually improved a lot in this aspect over the course of this sketchbook, so you're just gonna have to wait and see. And this is the first watercolor I did in here, because yes, my first page wasn't my real first page, shock horror. So I did this. You know, at the time I think I really liked it. Now I think I could definitely do better, because this sketchbook took a really long time, so I think even in this sketchbook you can see my improvement. But this is another one of my OCs. Get used to seeing my OCs, because there's a lot, and I drew a bunch of spider lilies to fill up the space. I tend to have this page in basically all of my sketchbooks, where it's just a really ugly page, so then I do a bunch of drafting on it instead to, you know, feel like I haven't wasted the page. And you can just see that all of these are like me trying to figure out what to do with the first page, because this definitely was not my first idea. It was like my last, and I'm glad I ended up going with this one. The importance of drafting and not going with your first idea. And these are like my school, and that's my house, like by my brother's bedroom window. And this is me stressing out about a day I had to plan in school, and then I wrote too bad I quit. So that's fun. I know loads of people like in my life really like this sketchbook page. Originally I wanted to do a ship, like a full-on pirate ship, but this sketchbook was a bit small for me to actually do that, so I quickly shifted gears and went with a little boat instead. And I really like the way I did the clouds in this, and I think this is followed in a lot of my drawings since. Because I work with watercolour, it's sometimes a bit difficult from having to work from light to dark. So the way I did the clouds in this I really liked. And all the paintings in this book are done in watercolour because we love watercolour. More practice. You know, normally I have a lot more hand practice in my sketchbooks, but like really far down into the sketchbook I realised, oh my god, I have not practiced hands. So there's like, I think only like another page. Even though the perspective in some of this is ever so slightly off, I really like this one. Like, I like the way I did the colours. It's like a really limited colour palette, and I don't tend to limit myself that much, but this one I was really intentional with my colours, and I think that shows. And like all the lights are orange and then the rest of it is blue. Something you'll learn about me is that I really love complementary colours. So, and blue and orange are like one of the best pairs of complementary colours. And oh, I really like the puddles that I drew in this. I don't know if it's that obvious from that far away, but like the little, like I left white space and then I put in really light washes of the orange lights and the blue surroundings to kind of make it look like reflective water. I think if I did it now, definitely could do it better, but this is definitely the start of me trying to figure out how water works. This was like definitely a very, I have art block, I don't know what to do. I was struggling so much with the drawing, so I just went straight in with pen, no plan. That's what I came up with. I quite like this one. This one, maybe not, but I also think over the course of this sketchbook, my characters start to look a lot older. Like in all of these pages, they look so young, even though a lot of them aren't in that like teenage age range. And this is one of my other OCs, Florian, and I love them so much. They might be one of my favourite OCs, even though we don't pick favourite children. This piece, I think I actually redid in here because I wasn't too proud of it. I really like the concept, just not how I executed it. Oh, and that's when I got these finalers as well. And I think that might be on the next page. Yeah, me swatching one of them and then doing this. This is like me really embracing my manga roots. I love manga so much, and I actually do like this page quite a bit because I was just like experimenting and learning how to use new supplies. Oh yeah, and if you haven't realized already, not like I jump around in my sketchbook. Like this was finished before this because it takes me a long time to actually find the motivation to paint something even after I've sketched it. So yeah, and then I did some more quick sketches to try and figure out how I like using the fine liners. I like this one and that one. These two, they could be better, but I also didn't use pencil for any of these, so that might explain why. And then here I'm just doing a bunch of gestures drawings because I just could not draw. I was like, I need to figure out what is missing, and I did these like really quickly. I think all of these were done in like 30 seconds, just trying to capture as much movement as possible. And I think it did help, like quite a bit actually, just going as quickly as I could and trying to capture the essence of a pose. Like I really like this one and I like this one quite a bit. I mean, to you they probably look like senseless scribbles, but I can see like what I was trying to do. This page, not this page guys, we'll talk about this later, but I absolutely adore this page. This was like right after I'd done all these gestures, and I think you can tell like with the way that, I forgot the word, movement is in this like dropping, and the you can tell that I practiced my perspective, and I do really like this page, even though it's quite old by now. It's another one of my OCs, Jaden, and he's actually in the same universe as Florian. Maybe I'll make a separate video about all of my OCs because there is so many. But this was meant to be a painting of Jaden, but let's just say it didn't go very well. And then I came back because at the end of my sketchbook, or when I'm getting close to the end, I try and come back and finish pages. And this one, I was like, you know what? I think it's just we leave this one in the dust, because sometimes you got to do that. And here, I think, I'll try and remember, I think it might be Mark Brunet's 30-day art challenge. I did get pretty far. I got all the way to 22, and a lot of these I did end up doing by accident. I haven't crossed them off. Maybe I'll go back and cross them off later. So I'm probably not going to go that much in detail into these pages because it's just me practicing shape and form and more shapes. It's just a lot. But if you do want to like pause the video and take a look at these, then feel free and go ahead, because there's a lot of just nonsense writing around them all, just trying to improve. And then I did a painting in between because I was getting bored of drawing shapes over and over again. Those people like this one, they think it's cute. I actually quite like this one as well, and you can see like me using the clouds that I learned to paint in the boat piece. Here again, I try to make it a little bit darker because it's like snowy and in the evening. I love snow. There's a lot more snow. I think because when I have my sketchbooks, there tends to be a seasonal theme just by pure happenstance, and this one happened to be snow. And then here's some more practice. All of this practice was actually really, really useful, and I think I did gain a lot from it. Like, just with drawing, like, by doing all of this, my observational skills got 10 times better. Oh, and then I also did an art style study, because I think that was part of the 30-day challenge. This is an artist that I follow on Instagram, and I absolutely love their art. It's so cute. And I was really trying to find, because my roots are in shonen, and I've been enjoying shoujo a lot more, and I was just trying to find my inner shoujo. So this is what I did. I analysed what I saw, and then I went through a bunch of videos on their page to try and figure out their process. And then I came up with, like, what my task was. So I copied one of their pieces, which I think it was this one, and then I made my own in their style, and then I wrote a bunch down the side about what I learned and my final thoughts of what I wanted to take from it. And I really, really, really like this drawing, even though it's not like in my style. I think it's so adorable, and I actually did really, really well with this art style study. And in my new sketchbook, or when I eventually get a new one, I do want to do way more than these. And hey, if this video goes well, maybe I'll even make a video about it. And again, more snow. This is like a snow day with my OCs, Hansuke, Mari, and I think Hanabe. I don't remember his name. That's really bad considering my OCs, but you know, I really like this one. I think you could tell that I took some of the knowledge that I gained from this art style study and put it in here, and it's just I love it so much. I love the snow. And then more studying. Oh, and then another art style study. With this one, I didn't actually do my task. Oh, I did do it, but I did it digitally, and I didn't make my own. If I can find the file, I'll try and pop it up on screen right now. But I've certainly learned not to trust myself. So if you don't end up seeing it, then, you know, is that. Oh, and then there's more practice. Even more. I started, like, trying to warm up before a drawing session just so that I would be, like, limber. You know how you warm up before a sport so you don't die? This is basically that, but for art. And then I did these pages. I think here, even though, like, it's not finished, you can definitely, or you can't really see, but I can see like what I took from here. And even though I didn't finish it, I do like the concept, and maybe I'll bring it with me into my other sketchbook. And then there's more. This is my OC Aubrey again, but you know, his actual age instead of a kid. But you will see more of those two, because I kind of got a bit obsessed with them in the sketchbook, just a teeny bit. Oh, and this was a trip I had at school, and we went to go see Matilda in London. And obviously I like to bring my sketchbook with me and like draw things from the day. This was on the way. I don't know how I managed to finish this. I did this while we were walking, so I was quite shocked. This was like a cafe while we were waiting in the cold, and it was freezing. Like my hands were actually ice. I vividly remember that. And then that's like the outside of the theatre, and then just there's a bunch of like notes of what was happening and some quotes from my friends. Brown people are on top, you know, just great things like that. And that's the QR code for my ticket that I was like, you know what, let me just shove in here. And that's my review of the show. You can pause to read that if you want, but it is a lot. Oh, and then there's more warm-ups. Told you there's a lot of practice in here. But you can like slowly start to see my improvement from even the first one that I did, if I can find it. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, I think it's over here. But like you can just see how I'm like learning things. And I also think with this, like before, when I did these kind of studies, I would be very like afraid of showing different body types or drawing different body types. But you know, as the sketchbook progresses, I actually become a lot more comfortable with that. And then one of my friends bought me new watercolor for my birthday. These ones, they're really nice actually. They're like, oh, I love them so much. So I was just swatching them, and then I did a painting. I don't really like this one, but it was just practice. The only thing I like about this is the bush, and these, no. But I did use these watercolors for the first page, so that tells you how long it took me to do the first page. And then I decided to revive some of my old OCs, Pepper and Mint, because I hadn't drawn them in so long, and they're originally from a story that I planned for a video game. But I think I'm just going to revamp the whole entire thing. I definitely went a lot more steampunky with their designs, and I think out of this whole entire page, this one is my favourite. I love it so much, and I think it shows off Mint's personality perfectly. Oh, this is like one of my favourite paintings.
But wait, do you want a pretty drawing like this one? Well, maybe consider commissioning me. Here are some examples. I know, fabulous. And if you're interested, please DM me or email me, please. And I'm sick, so I know I sound amazing.
In the book, if not my favourite. Like, I don't know where this came from, but it came from my brain somehow. And it's like art, and her hair is like water, and I really love this. Like, I love her face, and I love the way I played with the colours, and I brought attention to her face with the orange. I think you'll see her again in this sketchbook. And I also made a digital drawing of her. Like, oh my god, she's been a bit of my obsession recently, because she's just so fun to draw. Like, all the reflections in her hair and her fish and her outfit and her makeup, because not a lot of my characters have heavy makeup, but she does. And and then this is more practice, trying to figure out how to draw wings, because on the next page there's this, my OC Noah. I didn't finish this one. I was contemplating whether to finish it, but I was just like, you know what, I've crossed this bridge already, and it's fine to leave unfinished, because I got stuck on the grass and I never really came back. And I think the paper started pilling as well, because I'd made so many mistakes. I was just like, let's move on, you know. Oh, and then there's more practice. And this one, I think I had some oil pastels that I found in my cupboard, so I was like, oh, let me try and use them. And there isn't actually anything underneath this side with all the colourful paper, because I just got so bored of using it, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't do this at such a small scale. I feel like if I had used the oil pastels at a bigger scale, it would have been a lot more fun. But the sketchbook is quite small. So we did this, gave up, and slapped a bunch of colourful paper on top and drew my persona because we love Noi. And then here's more practice. I think I sat down in front of my computer desk and just started drawing people. I like that one, and I like this one as well. I think you can tell that I like those because there's blocks of orange around them. Don't really have much to say about this other than the fact that I got better at drawing people through this. And then I did another page. I personally prefer the last page over this page. This page is a bit whack, but I really like this one, and I really like that one as well. And then it's more of my Uzies. Oh, actually, it's not more, but it's Florian again. And Florian has a child. Shock horror. I think I do actually draw one quite a bit. Like, the cast of this story is like my OG, my first OCs. But a lot of them don't show up in it. Like, I think Florian, Jaden, this one. And then Wyatt I drew once, and then Melanie I drew a couple more times, which is Florian's child. So that's quite bad, but I have been wanting to revamp the story for a while. But Florian is actually a florist who owns a plant shop, and he's also an assassin, but let's not talk about that half of his life. This is a really cute page. I adore this one, and I just love this one. Like, I don't know how my brain came up with it. And the little teddy bear, it's so cute. This, though, was a redraw from one of my old sketchbooks. I'll see if I can find it and put a photo up. But, yeah, I really love this one. Oh, and that's more of my school. That's one of the computer rooms that I did computer science in. But that got turned into a library when we left, because last year was actually my last year of high school, and I'm in college now. Woohoo! And then that's another one of the buildings in my school. And I think this is the only other hand practice I did. This is a lot better than the other one. There's a couple that I like I really like this one, and I think you can see the form of the hand, and I was really trying to use all the knowledge that I got from like shapes and stuff. Wow. But no, everything, like learning how my fundamentals has really helped, or going over them. This I meant to finish, I didn't. Don't really know what to say. I think it was just so small. Like, this is literally smaller than my thumb, and I was just like, I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered to suffer. So I didn't suffer and didn't finish it. Oh, and then there's me. Ooh, how scandalous. Let's not swear, shall we? But that's just me screwing around with my persona. And to be honest, the design has stayed the same since, really. Oh, I was meant to finish this page, but then shock horror, I couldn't be bothered. But these are two of my OCs, Novi and Emmett, and they're actually the OCs that are on the first page, and they're in the same universe as Noah and Aubrey. You know, I feel like I need to make a massive chart and diagram because it's getting a bit difficult to follow for people who aren't me. But it's all good. I don't know what this was. This is my English classroom that I never finished. And that's just, I don't know, me throwing up on a page, I guess. Oh, this one, I did actually go back and try and fix. So even before, it looked even worse. But, well, I just couldn't be bothered to fix it. It was too much. Too little space, too much. And I just decided to move on with my life. So, yeah. At first, this was like one of the only paintings that I did during my final exams, if not the only, which is why this sketchbook took so long, because like this basically signifies the big fat break I had because somebody had to do their final exams. But we did well on our final exams, so bravo to me. But at first, I really didn't like this painting, but now I've kind of grown to like it. Like, I really like the way I did the background, and it does feel wet, if you know what I mean. Like, it feels like it has been raining. And I did a little manga on this side. Mari and Hansuke, love them. You can pause to read it. There's actually not much to read. It's really tiny. It just says packing up shop. Huh? That's more of my school that I just did not finish. These are my OCs for my webcomic. Yes, I have a webcomic. It's not great. I promise you, it is very interesting. But these are actually their new outfits that aren't even in the comic yet. Although, I mean, his outfit stayed the same, Old Man Bean, but Milo's has changed quite a bit. And that should be in what the new chapter that I'm still working on, even though it's been months. It's the chapter after that, or even after that. But I decided to take my liberties and design the outfits like way before anyway. I will leave a link to it in the description if you want to read it, but I promise you, it is not good. It's there for practice, and that's it. And I'm definitely more of a manga girly, which I've learned over the course of this sketchbook, than a webcomic girly. But it is there if you want to read it, but be warned. Be warned. Oh, and this is me planning my teacher's gifts. I painted all of the cards. I think I might have a photo of it. If not, then it's not gonna flash up on screen, but let's hope I do. And then that's me panicking about the embroidery because I was like, what if I can't do it? It says I don't think I can do this. Eep. Almost done. And that was when I was almost done, and I did actually manage to do it, so good on me. Oh, and I'm probably gonna blur this because these are like a bunch of messages from people at my school that I got written in my sketchbook and not on my shirt. Because, Shockara, if you haven't already realised, I'm British, and in the UK, you get your shirt signed with messages from like your teachers and your friends, and I decided to get my sketchbook signed instead. That's more of my school, more of the fishy, watery lady, because I was like, you know what, let me draw her again. At the time I like this, not too much now. I prefer the original one more, but it is still quite cute. And then this is when I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to draw, so I just whipped out a pen and started drawing in ballpoint pen like I did in the olden days. And this is one of my OCs, and love them. There's just, and I think I figured out their personality a bit more through this. And this is Liz, and they're in the same universe as Alan. I love, listen, her outfit didn't have this, whatever this is before, but I love it so much, and it's so cute. And yeah, this is, I like this, I hate this. So there's that. If I can flip the next page. Oh, this is me when I was visiting, figuring out like what college I want to go to. Then I was waiting to be picked up because we finished early, so then I started drawing the outside. So yeah. Okay, so we took a quick break, and I'm sorry if the framing's a little bit different, but we're back. So I drew my manga of my, I really need to remember his name. I can't remember if it's Hanabe or Hanabi, but Hansuke. And Hanabi, or Hanabe, I actually don't remember. I should probably check her. Is Mari's little sister, and this is them on the way back from school. And ooh, do you see that? It's Valentine's Day chocolate. I wonder who that's for. And then this is more of that water lady in my paintings. That's Noi again. Didn't finish these pages, but I do think they're quite fun. There's more Noah and Aubrey because I was having a little bit of an obsession with them. And they're just two being cuties. You can pause and look at the dialogue if you can see it. But I love this page so much, even if it's not like amazing art. I just love them. This one, not so much of a fan of. I just realised that I hadn't drawn my two OCs, Phil and Iris, in a really, really long time. And they're like my only married OCs. So, yeah. I thought I'd draw them, but then I didn't like it. So let's just swiftly move on. Oh, and then there's more practice. Not much to say about that, but I did do these in pencil and then pen on top, which I don't normally do. So, and then there's more perspective, 1 point, 2 point, cubes, me suffering. I'm just a girl in a world. Really struggling right now. saying, at least I learned something, right? Which, you know, is true, even though I suffered. At least I learned something. And then the skeleton. And then more me suffering, because this was pure suffering. Who would have thought? It's so sad we don't get to draw cute anime girls. But I did more skeletons. Not skeletons, skulls of my enemies. Sam does arts. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. But it did actually help quite a bit. Like this, I got done like surprisingly quick. And I really love this. I love it so much, which is why I did the pink around it. And then there's me saying that I'm the real star, because I am the real star. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Let me do this. And I feel like in every sketchbook, there's at least one painted realism for practice. So I did this, and then I did yellow around it. And then I finished it at 12:14. And I was like, help, I need a job. Which is still true. I need a job. And then there's more Florian. See, you know, in the sketchbook, I was like, yo, I haven't actually drawn Florian that much. No, it turns out I've drawn him a lot, actually. He seems to make his way into every single sketchbook I own. Florian. But this is where, like, I think I started drawing them my characters looking a lot more mature and their actual ages. So there's Florian and Melanie, and then that's the redraw that I was talking about earlier of, if I can find it, of this one. You know, I'm not a huge fan of this. Well, no, I do like it quite a bit. It's more so that it's just a lot more of a messier style of painting than what I normally do, because this feels a bit more polished. But I just prefer the way this is executed, because it's just so much more Florian. I love this one, that's so cute. Melanie is adorable. Oh, and this is when we went to a theme park, and since I'm not a big theme park girly, I just started drawing. But we never finished it because they finished the ride and I had to run and go get one of the little children, which was scary because I thought they were disappeared. And it's Noah and Aubrey and Novi and Emmett. I really like this one. See, at first it didn't have a watercolor wash on top, but then I added one because I just wanted there to be more contrast, and I was like, well, there's light but you can't really tell that it's being lit up, so I did that. I like this section and that section of the drawing. I'm not a huge fan of how Noah's face turned out, but it serves its purpose and I'm okay with that. But yeah, this is like one of the last things in my sketchbook that I finished. And then more perspective. Noah and Aubrey as babies. See, after I painted this, I was like, you know what? They probably like to go adventuring in the forest a lot. So, yeah. And then practice. Oh, I guess I did do hands again. I actually kind of forgot about this. I like that one and I like that one. Actually, that one's pretty good too. You know, quite a lot of these are good. Like I said, my observation skills got so much better after I, you know, went back and did the fundamentals. So overall, net positive. And then here, I think I was having some art block, so I was just like, let me just draw in straight pen, because that's normally what I do when I have an art block. You know, this one at the time I didn't like it, but I quite like it now. And this is my OC Hattori, and she's in the same universe as Alan and Liz. You might have to go back in the video to remember what the hell I'm talking about, but yeah. And then this was meant to be a painting, but I never finished it, and I was like, I'm gonna leave it unfinished because I just hate the way it looks. So yeah. And then this blue is when I got a new pen and I want to try it out. So I went in with some pink ballpoint pen, and then I did the outlines in black, and I really like this one. It's so cute. Novi, my little magical girl, I love her. And then there's Emmett, my magical boy. And I quite like this, you know, considering that I did no reference. Like, somehow all of a sudden I just learned how to draw heels. I'm so proud of these heels. I'm probably gonna come back in a few years and be like, oh, what the hell? But right now I like it. More practice that I forgot about. The only thing that I like on this page is that and the rest of them I hate. Oh yeah, I think you can really see the obsession with Noah and Aubrey coming in, but this is Noah. I think I was just trying to figure out his outfit, or like, because he's really different from all my other characters. Like, he's meant to be a bit more on the buffer side, and he's got the scars, he's a lot older, and he's completely different. Like, Noah and Aubrey are like similar ages, and I think they're either in the late 20s or early 30s. So Aubrey's meant to look a lot younger than he is, but Noah isn't. So I was just trying to figure out how the hell do I make them look their age or look older. So I was drawing just a bunch of Noah, and see, this is what happened, right? This one was my favorite in the sketch, and then I finished it and I was like, fuck, I hate all of these, and I like this one. But then now that I'm looking at it again, I like this one the most. Welcome to the life of an artist. But you can just see all the pencils still on it because I was really struggling. And then this is me trying to figure out Noah's outfit, and I do like this a lot. And a fun fact about Noah is that he's a huge fan of grape juice. And he's asking Aubrey to buy him grape juice. He's like, please give me grape juice. And then there's them on a fishing trip when they're older. And Noah being absolutely terrifying because he's got quite the cold face unless he's with Aubrey. And that's Novi being like, oh my goodness, never mind. And I love them. Oh, and this is Emmett, because when I was drawing Emmett, I kind of realised that, oh my god, he doesn't have a personality other than being absolutely head over heels for Novi. So I was like, let me try and find his personality a little bit. And then I realised that he loves ballet, even though here he's like, why is ballet so hard? No, he actually really likes it. And I think, if I could find it, I think it's under my desk, yeah. This I drew only just recently after I finished my sketchbook. Let me zoom out so you guys can see it. Emmett, I do quite like how this turned out. Because I don't have a sketchbook at the moment, so I've just been scurrying around. It's quite cute. I did this all in ballpoint pen because I think I wanted to suffer instead of using my real supplies. Whoop. So, yeah, and I was trying to figure out Emmett's and Aubrey's dynamic. I think I got it a little bit more. I really like this mini tiny Aubrey in the corner. I don't know if you can see it. It's like 10. And then, because listen guys, I was really struggling to finish this sketchbook, so I was like, let me do Inktober. And I wasn't planning to finish October, and I didn't because I didn't plan to. I was just like, I'm just gonna do Inktober to give me ideas to fill up the sketchbook. And let me tell you, the Inktober prompts this year was so bad. I was like, what the so, oh my god, that's so scandalous. But backpack, pretty boring prompt. Didn't know what to do with it, so I drew Hanabi, or Hanabi, if I remember his name, when I look it up after this recording. And then baby Melanie. Oh, I love this one so much. It's so cute and so simple. What's on the next page? Oh, it's Noah. You can really see the Noah obsession. And then I put post-it notes around it. I can't remember why. I think I just... Oh my god, look at me being so scandalous. I need to stop. I need to stop, guys. Because I don't really know where I was going with that. But I hate this one in the corner because with Inktober you just gotta kind of move on. If you hate something, you ain't got the time to go back and fix it. The prompt was boots. Boots was like, bro, what do I do? I was trying to do some foreshortening, weird perspective. Did it turn out? No, but it's fine. And then this prompt was exotic, so I drew Florian, and oh my god, I actually love this one so much. This is probably my favourite Inktober drawing. I don't know what possessed me to make it look pretty, but I love it. Oh, and for all of the Inktober drawings, I use these. So, there you go. Oh, and then would you look at that, as more Noah and Aubrey. I think I just put post-it notes on everything that I hate, but the prompt was binoculars. And I was like, oh my god, what do I do for this one? I had no idea. And I wrote, I don't like this one very much either, because I wrote that on post-it notes to stop me from ripping out. See, the only thing I like about the drawing is the little Noah, and that's it. And then this is, I think, the last Inktober prompt I did before I realised, oh my god, I'm almost finished with my sketchbook. So I started doing things that I actually wanted to do. Not that I didn't want to do any of these, like this one's really pretty, but you know, it was just pushing me out of my comfort zone a lot. And for this one, I had no idea what to do with Trek. And I came up with this. I actually really like it. I don't really know how I did any of this at such a small scale. It's quite shocking to me, but it's just Noah and Aubrey going on a little adventure, and you know, Aubrey's not really built for this kind of activity, so he's literally dying. They come to see more stairs, really steep stairs at that, and Noah's like, I can carry you, and Aubrey goes, no. That's what the dialogue says, and I'm quite happy with how I did like the hatching on this one. So Inktober did help me improve my inking skills, at least. Oh yeah, this is when I think the Natlan quest. Listen, I've wanted Capitano forever, but like seeing this man in action in the Natlan quest when he was fighting Marvika. So I kind of couldn't get him out of my head. So here he is on a page, and there's actually, I don't know if I stuck this down, because I would show you what's underneath it, even if it's really ugly, but I can't remember if I stuck it down. Oh no, I don't want to ruin it though. Yeah, there's more Capitano underneath here. But I thought it was really ugly, so I did something else. So if I can hopefully put it back together. Oh god, why did I pick this up, guys? Okay, I hope it stays together. So yeah, there's a Capitano under there, but I thought it was really ugly, so I put James from Team Rocket on there instead. And I relate to James from Pokemon, like I am him. So if you want to know anything about my personality, it's just James from Pokemon, and that's about it. I know, I'm such a unique individual. But yeah, James from Team Rocket, I adore him, he's so cute. My favourite. I don't know what this is. Oh yeah, this is just me wanting to finish my sketchbook. Oh, and then so these are just some doodles that I did in class. And these two post-it notes, there's too much lore, but it's like one, oh god, me and my friend were playing Genshin, and you know, we kind of have this thing where we make up lore about random NPCs. So this is the random NPCs that we made lore about. I don't really think you can read it, but you know, if you try hard enough, you can probably figure out what's going on. But these are NPCs from Fontaine, and that's just random doodles in class. I don't know who that is. Noah, I think Aubrey, Novi, Noah and Aubrey, Novi and Emmett. Like, see, Novi and Emmett are meant to be parallels of what Noah and Aubrey are. I think if I ever make an OC video about it, it'll be a lot more clear. But maybe Noah and Aubrey's fate isn't so happy. And then there's Irene and Persephone, who's actually a guy now, because I'm going to redesign them. Maybe I should make a video redesigning these guys, because I'm still in the process of it. But yeah, these are like the OG OCs that are in Florian's universe. And then there's Florian again, and Tiki, who's the protagonist of their story. But I actually changed it so they're like, there's two protagonists and it's from two perspectives, because I think that served the story better. But there was this audio going around on TikTok, and it was like, what did you, or not TikTok, I don't know, but it's like, what did you want to be when you grow up? Because it certainly wasn't this. And yeah, so Tiki was like, what the hell did you want to be when you grow up? Because it definitely wasn't this. And Florian's like, a florist. I wanted to be a florist. And Tiki says, yeah, right, because they kind of hate each other. That's just the dynamic. And I think we're reaching the end. I think this is the last page. Yippee! Oh my god. And every time, I think this has been a tradition since Sketchbook 3, I draw the same spread. Actually, this year I didn't draw the same exact spread because I thought the old spread looked like the composition of it was really ugly, and I'm so much happier with this. And I'll put them on screen. I think one of them, if I can be bothered. But this is Novi, and I love her so much. And then there's Emmett in the background, because Emmett is just head over heels for Novi, and he's clapping. He's going, yay! And then it's the end. I might have to blur this, but like most of my sketchbooks are bought by like my friends, so I write a little sponsor message at the end for fun. And there is one more page, but this is like a complete mess. Like, I actually have no idea what is on here. Like, some of it is like my exam timetable, post-it notes, just all sorts, because I always have the page at the back of my sketchbook where it's a mess. And also, most of my sketchbooks, their spine break, so I wasn't shocked when this one broke. But yeah, there's tape here to stop it from falling apart, because it went, and I think that was about like when I was halfway through. The end. Oh yeah, and there's a little Novi and Emmett on the back. But that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any other video ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments and let me know if you like this video. See ya!